All right, everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of the Terrorisk podcast. I'm particularly excited for this episode because we got Brendan back on the mic, back by popular demand. I know a bunch of people were asking me since the last episode, where's Brendan? How's Brendan been doing? Where's Brendan? Is he still alive? Well, they didn't ask the last one, but we got Brendan back, which is fucking awesome. What's up, Brendan?
Hi. Hello, friends and lovers.
Yeah, so we got a lot to cover as far as me and Brendan goes. Last time we were on the podcast, we were talking about his recovery and also just the 12 steps in general. And I mean, yeah, there's we all hope like everyone in recovery they recover and they figure out how to live a life that they're okay with. But another interesting thing was like we were kind of like working out all this spiritual overlap between like the 12-step program and like religion and spiritual practices, which is some interesting shit. And that does kind of go back historically into connecting with like the occult stuff like hermeticism, gnosticism, all that shit. So yeah, we could go back into touching base. So let's start with how have you been, man, since the last episode? Last episode you were like very immersed in your program.
Yeah, I have obsessive compulsive disorder, so yeah, I get really into anything I do. I had a relapse, so started drinking. Hadn't gotten really bad yet.
No, it's fine. Look, there's no need to be ashamed because especially for the podcast.
Definitely am though.
No, I mean, look, I would only feel ashamed. It's like
especially if other people were inspired by it, and then
well, that's
like
the
I'm letting
big,
people
that's,
down.
That's
It's
the
not
biggest.
just for me now. People like I'm doing this for myself. It's like for one, that's selfish. For two, like I think that's why they have the 12 step and they have to sponsor other people and help because it gives you kind of some kind of credibility. I had somebody I was reading to and working with, and they ended up relapsing, but then we found out they weren't really like alcoholic or anything. They barely drank that much. They just had like severe depression and like had a girlfriend that did drugs with them. Like they didn't have that same problem,
They just had problems.
Yeah, they just had problems, which I guess like a spiritual path like that would help them. But like in the end of it, I'm like, I can't help you. They're on meds now, And I don't like to think that some people need to be on medication because I don't like it. Maybe I'm just like strictly opposed to it myself. Maybe I should be fucking medicated. Like I got like, but I don't like the idea. Like it just seems like you're treating it with another drug.
All right.
Or like I could just self-medicate, couldn't I? Couldn't you just use marijuana and psychedelics and stuff to self-medicate? It's the same. Wouldn't that be the same thing as using antidepressants? I don't like the idea of antidepressants.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be some root cause to it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. So that's the thing, right? Let's go back to like how like you felt bad because there were people in your life that supposedly were telling you, "Oh, you've inspired me," and blah blah blah. But
I think that makes it worse.
I mean, look. Forget that part because that's not really helpful. First of all, but also, what I want to focus on is the fact that so many people were readily willing to say, "You've inspired me," blah blah blah. Regardless of you inspiring them, that aside, what's another thing you notice about that whole thing?
Like, what do you mean?
That a lot more people in our lives than we would even care to consider, once they see us doing something like recovering or quitting or trying to be clean from something, you realize how many of your friends or your family members or people in your life are also struggling with something too. They either just weren't willing to admit it to themselves or they weren't willing to admit it to other people. But the minute you kind of like broke that seal, it suddenly allowed them to. So yeah, even if you did quote unquote let them down with your own recovery, the truth is you still opened up something for them. Like you still made them consider something that they wouldn't have if you didn't at least try.
Yeah, sometimes when I was going on that, I'd be around a friend I know that drinks a lot and does like whatever, and like I feel like oh my god, I'm ruining this person's like time. I'm like killing their buzz by talking all this recovery shit, and they just want to like get on with their lives and like keep drinking and do whatever they're doing, even if they're doing bad. And I look on the outside like they're fucked. I still felt like by spewing all this shit to them, I'm like making them self-conscious about it and ruining their time. They might still be having fun doing these things, and I'm like bringing them down. There's a saying in AA that they say, "Oh, we ruin your drinking for you."
I don't think AA would ruin my drinking for me, unless I think first you have to ruin it.
If you read a lot of it,
I think
if you
first,
have that in your head, they say it's horrible having a head full of AA and a belly full of booze. That it's like worse.
Okay, that makes sense. I actually believe that. Yeah, but what I'm thinking is like you have to ruin it for yourself before they could ruin it for you.
Or like Buddha would say, it's better to not go on the spiritual path at all than to get on the spiritual path
and fail
jump off it
and fail.
And jump
Yeah.
off of it. And like, you know, if like you're gonna do it. If not, just don't.
Well,
Don't
obviously,
get into it. You know,
yeah, that makes sense.
You don't want to think about selfishness and materialism and how the material world is attachment and desire, and it's going to turn on you if you're still trying to enjoy those attachments and desires. You know, you don't want to take that spiritual path to begin with.
Let me ask you.
Now you're fucking awake and you're going back to sleepy shit.
Well, let me ask you, what's the difference between that and say like pursuing music or something, or like or something you really cared about? Like, wouldn't it be better like to like just like stick to music even if you don't get famous, instead of like just doing it, not getting famous, and then giving up, and then you feel like it's the same thing, you know? Because like you might as well just not fucking have tried it all then.
It's funny. There's actually a comedian called Mark Maron, and he was actually in recovery too. And I saw one of his specials, and he's like, I'm so glad that I like, you know, I play guitar, but I never like really tried to aspire to be a musician, because he said he has, you know, it would suck sitting there in my room just looking up at that guitar on my wall and just going like what could have been. So like, yes, I think it's better to not think of yourself as you're going to be a famous musician and fail than if you just didn't think you were ever going to do anything with music, because then you could still just enjoy diddling around and not think like, oh, I failed, I didn't make it, I didn't actually do the art I wanted to do. It makes it worse, I think. And he was like, you know, it would be so sad. Like, he's like, I'm glad I'm a comedian and not a musician, because I would hate to like look at my guitar. I have all these friends that like wanted to be like big musicians, and now they're like 50, 60, and they like look over at the guitar and like see like what could have been.
I don't know.
That's the scariest thing for me.
I disagree with that though.
My scariest idea is getting older and going like, I coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's kind of shit, you know.
I can't relate to that. There's no way I would feel like that, because like I know that I look at the thing.
You're very assertive and very like, no, I'm saying I'm bad in a bad way, but very aggressive with your goals and ideas of what you want to do.
Well, didn't you just say you were obsessively compulsive?
I used to be very like, especially with like music and things like that. But like, it's like almost like if you're there in that state, I feel like really like I'm definitely gonna do this. You know, like I was always like, you know, I'd have people come up to me when I was doing the Lucky Fucks and getting a lot of people in these shows, like older people come up to me and go, you know, like, hey man, you guys are great, you got a good crowd, you got a good performance, but you got to change your name or you'll never make it big, you know. I'm like, and I was like, I'm not here to make it. I want to be infamous, not famous. You know, a couple Lucky Fucks. So it's like, oh, you can't get signed like that. I'm like, I'd rather do it my way. But like, I always had these big like ideas of like, you know, this grandiose, like I'm just gonna be this like, I'm like, they're gonna know me after I die. People are gonna know who I was, kind of deal. Even if it was through being infamous in a punk band or something like that. It was, I wanted to just live forever in the consciousness of people. Whether it's for something like good or really bad, or something like, you know, they killed the fucking president or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like after you fail once or twice, you try to get back up, and then something else goes wrong, and it cuts you back down, and you have to be humbled from there, and it kind of sucks.
Sure.
Because you have to eventually accept, like, okay, maybe that wasn't what I was going to be. And it takes a while if you're really like egotistical like I am, like to be okay with that.
All right, let me give you my take on this. All right, so let's put music aside for 1 second and let's bring it to martial arts, okay? So I always talk about like archetypes in the dojo. And what do I mean by this? It means in every martial arts school, if there's like a good number of different students, like you know, if you see like the same group of students in every class, you're going to notice the archetypes. There's always one student there who's there to like get it just to have a hobby. You know, they're like the casual. There's another person who's the socialite. They're just there to make friends. They're lonely and they want to meet people and with shared interests to join a club or something. Then there's other people who just want to learn how to beat the fuck out of people. You know, and there's other people who just want to be the best at something. Like they're like the Mavericks. And then there are people who just want to be like they just want to win tournaments. They want to like decorate their walls with trophies and shit. So there's different archetypes, basically like what motivates them. And like I thought about this a lot. And like, you know, like eventually people were asking me, it's like, what's your goal? Like, what's your motivation? Like what's your, like, what archetype would you be? And I really thought about it. And I was like, it's practice. Practice is the goal. I mean, winning tournaments is nice. Being sick at this, like actually good at it, is nice.
It's a very meditative way.
But like, but that's what I realized. Like, all the magic happens during practice. Not like when I'm winning tournaments. Not when I'm like getting black belt rankings or like third degree, second degree rankings or whatever. It's like, or like, you know, being better than anyone or winning fights. It's like, honestly, it's the practice. Practice is the goal. And then once I figured that out within myself, I felt like I unlocked like the secret to everything. And that's why like music and podcasting and everything else comes easy, because I approach it with that same mentality. Listen, practice is the goal. Doing it is the goal. Not what you get out of it, not becoming big time, not becoming good. I mean, those things are nice, but those things only come when you keep doing it. It's about the practice. Practice is the goal. And that's really what it is. And I think that also extends to life. I think like too many people believe that it's possible to live a life without suffering, without struggle, but that's retarded. You know, like it's so fucking stupid to think that you could somehow, if you make enough money, if you get the right job, if you meet the right partner, if you just like get the right talent or whatever, if you get the right skills, suddenly you'll be able to live the rest of your life worry-free. That's not fucking true. That's a fucking fantasy. You could be a billionaire and guess what? You'll always be dealing with some fucking problems. Like, so we can't be thinking in like terms of like, oh, if I just do this, then the rest of my life will be easy. No, that's bullshit. That's like some Disney World, like Disney Channel fuck shit. It's not real. That's a fantasy.
Look, the funny thing about like happily ever endings is like you're seeing a part of a story where some kind of conflict ended. And then like they move on. Yeah. That's not life. You don't just like accomplish the thing and then you win, the end. Everything's great. You're in heaven now.
Because they think life works like a movie.
Because then now here's the next thing and the next thing, and this will never fucking end.
It's supposed to be. Yo, the hero's journey is a circle, right? Now here's the real trick. People think like, okay, so the fact that the hero's journey,
I like that.
The fact that the hero's journey on a diagram is shaped like a circle is very comfortable for people. Why? Because the human mind, our lizard brains, our left hemisphere, loves loops. We love our lizard brains love closed loops. We love input, output. We love just like that circle of start the journey, end the journey, then you're back at the start of another one. We love that. And honestly, on the surface, it does seem like the patterns of life and reality do move in a circle, but it doesn't. We think it moves in a circle, but really, like it looks like a circle from one perspective, but if you look at it in any other angle, we would realize it's actually a spiral. It's not a circle. It's a spiral. And you're either spiraling downwards or you're spiraling upwards. That depends on like the frequency of your rotation. You know, you're either going to be like...
What if you spiral outwards?
What do you mean?
What would spiraling outwards be? Like... Well, would that be like escaping duality?
Well, what you're really talking about is like the depth of like rotation. So, well, I don't even know if that's the right way to put it, but like, you know, like the circumference would be greater if there's more events in the circle before you get back to that seeming like that quasi start point. So you're either got to go through all this shit to complete that rotation where it's like finally you learned, you changed, whatever, you went through your ego death and all that shit. And then you went that, and then sometimes you could just go on a much smaller journey, but just as significant, you know, like
a side quest.
Yeah. But it's just as significant, you know, it's still like, and they're not closed loops. It's not like when you restart this thing, it's like the exact same story. No, it's a very different story because you come back changed, you're different. So it's not, you're either worse off for it or you're better off for it, depending on how you know, handled the circumstances of your journey. But ideally you come out better for it, and that's why we want to spiral upwards.
Okay, so life's like continuously spiraling up or down hero's journey.
Depending on your pattern, yeah. Like you could either be on a negative polarity pattern and a positive polarity pattern, and they're both necessary in a way. It's really just like oscillating cycles, but I guess there is this like X factor that tips it over to like a greater degree one, greater degree another, maybe non-dualistic existence. A little bit of both, maybe.
Where you going?
What we say? You got anything to say?
You go just to grab a watch to put on?
What? No, I mean it's my lucky watch. I need it.
Oh, you got his lucky watch.
It's sentiment. No, because when I think about like things moving in circles, I think about like clockwork and I think about
So that
watches.
made you think about getting your watch?
Yeah. You know, because it's my timepiece. It's my totem, I guess. You know, like if we ever lived in a future where virtually every single part of our body could be replaced, you know, to a prosthetic component, I'd at least want to keep my watch so I remember. So there's at least some bit of an old me, you know.
If you can replace any part of your body, what would you replace? If you had to replace one part, they gave you like, you need to replace one part, but you can choose whatever one.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
Maybe my skin. I'd want to replace it with something like indestructible. I mean, it won't make me like invincible. It'll just
I'm
mean.
not talking about like superpower. That's a lot.
What do you mean?
Okay, I guess we can talk about like.
Oh, I thought we were talking about like if we're gonna replace.
I don't know. I would just want a working pancreas.
Oh, like an actual like organic replacement.
Yeah, like.
I would replace my eyes because I have really bad eyesight. Astigmatism. I suffer from astigmatism.
Yeah, I'm starting to get the beginning of glaucoma.
Oh,
I actually
sucks.
have these black spots in my right eye that I can't get rid of.
Oh.
That like have seemingly gotten bigger.
Yeah.
And I got laser surgery done here. It was supposed to cauterize the veins in the back and stop it from bleeding and leaking into my eye.
Yeah.
And it just made the vision blurry, and it didn't help.
Well, could be from you could be going blind from some kind of like vitamin deficiency because of like your whole fucked up system.
No, it's also it's diabetes. Like you know, when your body can't control its own blood sugars for a long period of time, eventually just things start going wrong. So like you start getting nerve pains and nerve damage in some places. You know, things just like diabetes is a chronic life-threatening illness. You know.
Yeah.
That I've like just like grown accustomed to it being normal part of my life, but I've had it since I was like 14. I'm 35, and like now I'm starting to see the effects.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think my grandmother's diabetic. I think so. I'm not sure. 100%. I should probably check up on that, see if it's hereditary. But
it is hereditary, not type 2. I don't think.
I don't know. I do know I'm currently on ketosis. I feel pretty good.
You said you had a low blood sugar episode.
Yeah, the keto. No, what happened was last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. No, it was last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. I don't fucking know. But I went to a birthday party and I've been on keto for like a while, and it's like that Friday and that Saturday, I just ate a bunch of carbs because I went to that roast spot across the street from the Chinese supermarket on Highland, and I had like dumplings and rice noodles and shit. And then the day after that, I had birthday cake. Then and I just drank a bunch because we were partying. And then the next day after that, I went right back to my regular keto shit. I worked out. I ate my one meal a day. I did all that shit. But then, like I think my body just went into like some severe like carb withdrawal because I broke my like very low carb, low sugar thing just in 2 days, like really hard, you know. I even ate a bunch of Oreos, like that definitely didn't help. And I think that just put my body in like, it's like my body like just got suddenly like shaken awake from its sleep. It's like, yo, wake up, we're coming to this awesome party. And then they go to the party and like all the beer's gone, and they're like, what the fuck? And then my body was just like punishing.
Wait, is keto low sugar?
What?
Is keto low sugar?
It's low carb, you know. So
well, most alcohol has a lot of carbs. So I guess the White Claws don't. They really have what? Zero? What is that?
dude, White Claw is like a superfood, bro.
White Claw's a superfood? How
Yeah,
so?
look, it's 170 calories for fucking 24 ounces. That's epic. Like, well, let's see your shit. 25 ounces of a natty daddy nets about how many calories? It doesn't even fucking say. I don't fucking know. It should say it. White Claw can say it though because they don't have none to hide.
I don't think they they don't fucking expect you to read these.
It's 183 calories.
Oh.
Oh shit! No, scratch that.
What about the carbs though?
No, 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 no. All right. 1 pint, 12 ounces, which is 1 pint, nets 183 carbs. 183 calories.
Yeah, there's no fucking way.
183 calories, right? But this is more than 1 pint. This is 2 pints. Because a pint is 12 ounces, right?
Pint's 16 ounces.
16 ounces?
I think so, yeah.
Oh. Okay, what it's saying is like per 12 ounces of this, it's 183 calories, and this is 25 ounces.
We're talking carbs though.
No, calories.
No, don't count calories.
No, I was counting calories.
No, count carbs. If you're on keto, shouldn't you be counting carbs?
No, I'm not talking about keto. I'm just saying the fact, like how low calorie White Claw is compared to like beer, you know, or fucking like IPAs and shit. You know, like White Claw is just. I'm saying it's not a superfood because of its carb content in general. It's a superfood just because of its calorie count. Like it's super low.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your keto.
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not gonna.
That's why you would want to count carbohydrates, not calories.
Yeah, but I don't need to really count that much anyway because I only eat once a day. You feel me? Like as long as my one meal a day isn't like fucking like 53% bread. Yeah, like you know, like
I don't know. I love carb. Well, I need carbs. If I take my insulin, I need to have carbs in my system.
Yeah, that makes sense. I believe you.
It's just energy.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I don't pretend to know like all the intricacies and nuances of like the human metabolic functions. But what I do know is, when you order like 6 quarter pounders with cheese, and you eat them all, but without the bun, it's like very, very different. You know, like it's like 52% of the ingredients are just in the bun. You know. Yeast is the beast.
Yeah. No, I couldn't just eat meat. I love bread. I love pasta. I love ramen noodles.
Yeah, I know. I mean, all that stuff's good and all. It's just, I don't know. It's like, I guess as long as I'm as physical as I am, I'll always value the ketogenic shit as opposed to like the pleasures of carbs, you know? Like I'll always value.
So you had nothing to eat at all today yet?
I just ate a steak, like a fucking
whole.
I ate a whole ass ribeye before you showed up, dude.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I don't fuck around, man. Like, I eat good. It's just, you know, it's not really carby. I eat like buttery, fatty shit. You know, like I eat like eggs. I eat fucking cheese. It's just carbs I, you know, generally cut out. You know, the less carbs I eat, the more room I have for the little bit of carbs I could have on beer or like booze or some shit. You know, so it's worth it. I get to keep my booze. I get to keep my meat. I get to keep my cheese. I get to.
That's not too bad as long as you can have eggs.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I could have eggs. Usually, like when I have, well, I didn't do it this time, but when I have a ribeye, I'll have it with like 3 eggs, some peppers on the side, like roast garlic peppers.
So you don't eat breakfast?
What?
You don't eat breakfast?
No, don't eat breakfast. I have a coffee in the morning and a joint.
And the joint doesn't make you want to eat breakfast?
No. I used to get really hungry. I used to get like really bad cravings, but then I don't know, somewhere along the line I just don't even, I stopped craving.
If I tried that, I'd have to take a lot less insulin.
No, you're diabetic, dude. You're like, I don't know how you would be able to attempt this. Maybe you can, because I do think human bodies are capable of doing more with less. I do believe it's possible to condition your body that way, but I do think it's a very dangerous game you're playing. It's like pulling out of alcohol or drugs. Like the withdrawals can fucking kill you if you're not careful. Food is no different. Like if your body is like super duper used to like getting most of its energy through like burning glucose and like burning sugar, or yeah, basically burning carbs, like burning the carb intake, then it's going to feel differently for your body than when it primarily burns fat. Because that's the whole point of ketosis. The ketosis is when you deprive your body of carbohydrates and just eat nothing but animal fats and proteins. And then your body's like, fuck, where the fuck are the carbs? The carbs aren't here. It's like, no, but we got protein. It's like, no, where are the fucking carbs? Did he eat a bag of Doritos or anything? Like, does he have anything like a fucking bagel or cream cheese or anything? Anything like a pizza? It's like, nah, dude, he just ate straight up like ribeye steaks, eggs, and some veggies. Like, get the fuck out of here. And it's like, it's it pisses your body off. Your body gets really upset at you, like really mad.
I think it's because you have to get into the flow of eating a lot of protein, right? You need a lot of protein to do that diet.
Yeah, you need like constant. You need a constant flow of, and
Yeah,
even
so
even
you
when
haven't
you're-
started,
and your body may
completely-
not feel like it. Like
you haven't started like eating that much protein at certain times yet, I think, and so your body wants that instant like carbohydrate.
yeah.
And you don't have enough protein stored up, like building in your body, circulating. I don't think at this point to just go to the protein
You
yet.
basically got to fill up your inner pantry with like beef jerky for your kid, like for your body, like so that your body is like when it doesn't have bread or chips, it's like, do we at least have beef jerky? It's like, yeah, we got that. So yeah, you got to.
It takes longer to absorb the energy from proteins.
Yeah,
Like
so
proteins, like kind of like really complex carbs, almost that like just like turn like because proteins turn into carbs or act like carbs on your body like hours and hours later.
Yeah. So that's also why you lose a lot of fat
Because
because
I have a high protein thing as a diabetic, my blood sugars will start going higher many hours later the next day.
oh wow, so like a delayed effect. Really.
Yeah.
So because your body spends a lot more energy breaking down protein than it does the carbs, especially the type of carbs we usually eat as Americans. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this. Like, I don't really go out and I preach a lot of things. I'll admit it, but I don't preach keto. I just do not do that. I'll talk about it because I like sharing my experiences. Like, I don't mind putting my body and my mind on the line, like by experimenting with this shit. But I would feel bad if someone was like, "Oh, Chris did it, so that means I could do it." And then, because like I like some of the shit, like the keto flu, that shit was terrible. Like that totally blindsided me. I didn't know it could be that bad. I was like, this feels like withdrawal, and it basically was. It was like carb withdrawal. It's like, imagine like
The way you described it sounded kind of similar to, that's why I believed you, of like a low blood sugar. Because
Yeah.
people say low blood sugar, I'm like, it's like I can induce a low blood sugar and I know what it feels like, and it feels like I'm gonna die. It's scary. Like when it goes that low that quick, the body reaction to it, you release like cortisol and shit like that. And adrenaline,
the adrenaline, yeah.
and it makes like for me, it's like some.
I
with
had
anxiety and
rashes.
shit, like,
I had rashes breaking out like under my arms and everywhere. It was so bad. Cause like yeah,
like the first thing I'll feel if I'm like my body will, it's like a spider sense. Like I can tell like kind of sometimes before my blood sugar goes low, I'll just feel like, what am I worried about right now?
in my chest and my stomach,
Yeah,
like it's like
I feel like something bad's gonna happen, but I'm fine, and I'll check and be like, oh shit, that's what it is.
or it's like I'll swallow and it's like my mouth feels dry, but it's not. It's in fact it's just salivating like OD, So that's how I know it's like, oh, something's up. And like it was just my body was just like complete. It's like all my fluids were just leaking out of all my pores. It's like someone was just like wringing me dry like a wet towel. And goddamn, yeah, keto flu, guys. It's serious shit. It's man, terrible. But now I know to stock up on some. I stock up on some beef broth, so I could just sip on that if it ever happens again. Really, what you need is like when that happens is to rehydrate, and you want electrolytes. So it's like it's good to have Gatorade. Yeah. So aside from that, yeah, man, ketosis, what a trip. I only care about this stuff because I do a lot of active shit like martial arts and cycling and like I do a lot of working out. That stuff's like an integral part of my day to day. So like I care more about that than like eating cake. Like I care more about that than eating like cookies from the bodega. I mean, I do like the cookies from the bodega, don't get me wrong. It's just it's not in my like, it's not in my priorities. It used to be. When I was like 16, 17, all the way to like 27 probably, I used to care a lot about snacking because I still smoke a lot of weed, but
You can always like snack on like some celery and shit. I guess you can't. So you can't like use like a ranch dip or something like that.
I could do whatever I want. It's just there's no need for me to,
I know I like my spicy ramen too much now. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
I love ramen so much.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite way to eat.
Well, actually, it makes things like a lot better too. Like I'll go to eat sushi. First of all, when I hate when I like go to eat sushi with friends and they just want to get like these fucking children's rolls, the rice rolls.
I wish I liked sushi.
I mean, they always get these stupid rolls, and I'm like, let's get sashimi, like no rice, none of that wrapping, rolling bullshit. Just give me the fucking, just give me the straight fish. Give me the straight protein. Yeah, sushi's good. Sushi's pretty chill.
I wish I liked sushi because it seems like so fun for the people who do it, and like it just doesn't taste good to me.
Do you like hot pot?
I haven't really had hot pot, but I think I would like hot pot.
You know what it is, right?
It's like a Korean barbecue thing.
It's Chinese. So it's like you're seated in this place, right?
Are you like cooking the food like while you're eating it?
Kinda, yeah. But the thing is, okay, so there's a trick to this because it could get really potentially dangerous. Like, you go up after you get your table, you choose your broth. You get to choose different flavors, different spices or whatever, different flavor profiles. And then you go up with like, a tray and tongs, and you wait online. And it's like a buffet style, but it's all like raw shit, like raw mushrooms, raw cabbage, raw meat, like raw clam, raw duck tongue, like all sorts of shit. And you just dump it all in the hot pot. And then you like leave it, let it, because the hot pot's constantly boiling. It's a hot pot,
Okay, so it's you're boiling.
Yeah, you're cooking it. You're cooking.
So there's no like flame or anything.
Well, there's flame underneath the communal pot of the broth, but you're basically dumping in the raw ingredients.
I want to go to hot pot. I love Korean barbecue.
And you don't mind anything when it's cooked, right? You just can't eat seafood. You gotta like have a no.
I just don't like seafood. Yeah.
I still can't stand that about you, bro. Like, to be honest,
I can't stand it either. I want to like seafood. It seems a lot of fun. It seems like it's more than just like eating for a lot of people. It's like an activity to do.
Seafood?
Like eating sushi or some shit like that. It's not just like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm eating. It's like we're going to enjoy some sushi. Like, it seems more like a recreational activity than it is like just sustenance. Like than other foods.
Well, yeah, it's like
something fun to do.
Basically, like going to a sushi bar is like experiencing a band. I mean, going to a sushi restaurant is like experiencing a band at a bar or something. You're like, oh, like, nice, who's playing? Like, which sushi guy's working? I don't know this sushi guy. I don't know this fucking band, but let's see what they got. And then they show you what they got. And you're like, this is pretty fucking good. Or sometimes like, this is fucking horrible. So yeah, it is like a recreational activity.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how all food is really when you eat out. But sushi is just particularly
something different.
Yeah, it's particularly
there's an
like
art
that
thing to it.
Yeah.
And it looks fun. And
Because
it looks delicious. Like,
because-
fish smells good to me. It looks good to me. And once I eat it, I guess I haven't been exposed to it as a young kid as much. Like, and I'm just like, I can't. It's like my brain doesn't think like, ooh, this is food that I should be eating.
You know what we got to do? We got to lock
There's
you.
like some reverse. Lock me in a room. You're gonna lock me up and just give me nothing but fish
No.
to survive?
Listen. That's what we do. No, nothing. Not even that. We lock you in a room. We give you insulin.
Why does this have to start with locking me in a
Shut
room?
up. Listen, we give you insulin. We give you a hot bitch to like make you come whenever you want. We give you a nice comfy bed, right?
I don't think
Listen,
if we're doing an
just
experiment
listen,
like this,
just
I
listen.
think the least of my worries is, am I gonna get to come?
We give you
while
water.
I'm here?
We give you water. We give you weed. We give you natty daddies. We give you everything. Just no food. Everything. And we give you video games. Everything you possibly want.
That's how you kill a diabetic.
Oh shit, you're right. But how about this? We also give you like sugar cubes, or we give you like sugar water.
Like, okay, so you're gonna lock me in a room with sugar cubes and shit. For some reason,
And a girl, and a hot girl.
prostitute
And a hot girl.
that I don't need.
And then and then like you're like super hungry, and then it's like, what the fuck? And then we finally introduce sushi to you, and then you're like, fuck
I'm
it.
still gonna not like the sushi, and you're gonna keep me locked in there. Like, he's not eating the sushi. Looks like he's just gonna die. This is a fucked up experiment that you. No.
Every experiment's fucked up. First of all,
No.
you ever heard of the Mouse Utopia experiment?
Trying to figure out
Universe
how yeast
40
makes bread rise.
Universe
Isn't it-
42.
What?
Universe
No, I'm
42.
good with the-
No, I said any social experiment involving people.
Oh yeah. No.
Yes.
I don't think any.
Yes. It's all fucked up. It all ends up fucked up if you take it to its logical conclusion.
Trying to think. No.
Well, do you know about the Universe 42? I think that's what it's called, mouse experiment. Okay. So this is what they did. They created the perfect conditions for like a population of mice, right? Like they had all the food they could ever want. They have all the playgrounds, all the play area. There was
Well, I don't like I love. It's funny because I'll be listening to something they did with rats or mice. So I'm like, that's interesting. And I'm like, wait, they did this to them. Like they're the most similar to us So we did the experiment on. So that means you're doing the experiment on an animal that's just as capable of empathy and emotion as we are to do experiments for people, because it's too inhumane, whatever that fucking word's supposed to mean, to do it on human beings. So you do it on rats. But you're doing it on rats because they're the most like us out of all the other species.
What about monkeys?
Do experiments. I think we're actually closer to rats, like genetically.
All right, well,
Like,
listen,
and they
you
display the
didn't
same.
You don't even know what the experiment is, okay?
Okay.
So in this experiment, they give the mice the perfect situations to live and thrive indefinitely. Like basically, to them, virtually unlimited space to reproduce, repopulate, unlimited amounts of food. And what they found was over time, despite having the perfect conditions to thrive, they found that the male mice started becoming more feminine, and the female mice started becoming more aggressive and started even like outright becoming violent, especially towards like younger mice. Male mice became less interested in mating and more concerned with self-grooming, and became like basically more feminine themselves. And basically it turned into like just a collapse of society, of mouse society. There was like roves and gangs of like alpha mice who became like psychopaths and just started like eating like and destroying and killing other mice. And
It's kind of depressing to think that, like, in the most ideal situation, we become our worst.
So you're basically you're on the same track as I am, where it's like, yes, if you look at society, it's literally the same thing. Like, we're becoming just like that. Like,
so it's like more material comfort equals more evil.
well, more imbalance, I think, just leads to more imbalance. More chaos. Balance is the key, I think. We need balance.
That's just depressing to think of, though. It's like if we all have our needs met, we'll still fuck it up.
Well, the difference is the real
Like,
difference.
we'll actually fuck it up even worse.
Well, what's the solution? I think the solution is spiritual awareness, is raising
That
consciousness.
has to be. That sucks. Like, we just can't do it with just the material world.
No, why does that suck though? If anything, I think it's very beautiful. I think just the material.
It's poetic.
Yeah, it's ironic. It's poetic. It's very beautiful. I think it's perfect. I think it's the perfect answer to like an intangible problem. And I totally get it. And I think that was the whole point of this whole materialist experiment all along, is for us to figure that out. For us to like get to the peaks of our own individual journeys, and then to look down, and then the only right conclusion is like happiness.
Fuck this shit.
Happiness is a choice.
Yeah, but it's like in Buddhism, pretty much it's like, yeah, everything's fucking bullshit. You just can keep doing this for eternity. Fuck this shit. Just stop trying to like do things. Like most religions point to stop trying to be satisfied with the material world. Like, give it up, all of it.
Just stop playing the game.
Stop playing the fucking game. It's a fucking game. You've been playing this for before time. Like, it's like the only way out is to just fucking stop playing it. But you can't stop playing it. Because now the game is everything.
Yes. So by the game, me and Brendan are talking about like you caring about you caring about your job, you caring about your weight, you caring about wearing the right clothes, you caring about saying the right things on social media, you caring about reading the right books, you caring about even wearing clothes at all, you caring about like not being a fucking freak or a creep. It's like just you giving a fuck about what other people think, basically, like, or how people perceive you, or like surviving at all, like thinking that your place in this material world matters. In a material sense, it does matter, of course, but just because it matters isn't going to make you happy. Like your life materially mattering is not going to make you happy either. It has to be something much deeper. It has to be you knowing that like you're a part of something bigger than you. I didn't need God.
But then when
to
it's
find
hard
that.
to find that, You know,
For me, I found it through.
spiritually, like spiritual paths aren't easy.
I found
it's
it
a
for-
lot of renunciation.
I found it
So,
through martial arts.
You
You know,
can't
like
get any
like.
spiritual benefits in any religion if there's no renunciation.
Well,
And
you found it through like
renunciation is hard.
you found it through in a lot of ways your upbringing, right? Because your parents were into that shit.
No,
Kinda. Your mom was.
I was not brought up like we went to church sometimes. It was like very formal. It wasn't very. We weren't really into it. Really, I
feel
never
like
got the sense ever that I was being forced into any type of religion. No.
Well, what really opened me up to it was martial arts. I think that's what primed me in a mental, physical, and spiritual sense. Like that's what developed like those. That's what aligned them together in just the right way at just the right time for like lightning to strike at like the top of my head. It's like, oh shit, you know, like it really felt like that day. You know, I remember that day crystal clear. It was like night and day, literally. I was like living in the dark one moment, and then like I was like, I'm gonna trust life. And then wait, what? Trust life? What does that entail exactly? And then that led to like a rapid cascade of realizations. I was like, oh my fucking god, you know, like
I would say when I fell in love first, I had like some kind of divinity kind of experiences that like I started. I was very atheist, you know, very nihilistic.
Oh, but then some pussy got into your life, and then that's what made you.
But like, you know, but then I was still very, you know, I was still very like atheist, and nothing matters. You know, like
Nihilist.
Some big accident, and like you only live this once, and then nothing happens, so you might as well just like.
That's very punk rock.
It was punk rock. That's why punk rock resonated with me.
Because it's nihilist.
It's like for me, punk rock was just nihilism, like optimistic nihilism. Like fuck it, I'm happy about it though. You know,
that's the right way to look at it.
That idea of being awake is like religion's trying to control us, and everything's trying to control our minds. And like yes, it's good to be rebellious and to question things, but at the same time, it's like almost like the Operation Ivy lyrics. Jaded eyes see clearly, but only half of what is there. Fucking genius lyric. That fucking kid was like 15 writing these fucking lyrics for Operation Ivy, and those fucking lyrics are genius. And like it does, you can only really see half of the truth when you're looking through eyes like that, especially when you know you're angry now. I know the truth. They're trying to control me. You know, it's kind of a juvenile spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
It's like the most childlike form of awakening there could be, and you have to start somewhere, right?
That's true.
The first is, you know, you don't know what truth might be, but you're at least like, this is definitely not truth. This is made up. But that's all you have now. They made up religion to control us, and nothing fucking matters, and might as well just have fun and fuck the system. And then die.
And that's what I did do.
Live fast, die young. Fuck it. You know, that's the mentality of punk rock to me. That's what punk rock means to me. And it's hard because I'm
eventually
35 now.
But that doesn't become sustainable.
I'm playing the game.
It's eventually no longer sustainable.
Playing the game horribly because I never wanted to play the game. So I don't know how to play the game because I never set myself up in life to play this game. So
well,
like,
I never
played financially or something else.
Well, all right, Brendan, listen, I played that game and that didn't lead me to any spiritually profound places. I played that game for many, many years and I ended up just as miserable as anyone who was shitty at the game. Listen, you know what really got me back out, really like broken free and like actually liberated wasn't the game, and it wasn't denying the game. We have to play the game to survive, to have material comfort. That's all it is, but it's not going to give us happiness. What gave me happiness was like martial arts and like music and doing this podcast. You know, it's like things that I chose to do because no one told me to do it. This is something that I did in spite of the things I had to do.
It's still like a material endeavor.
But regardless, it's like there's no material benefit. No one's like giving me like, oh, your life's going to be safer for doing this. You're going to be you have a more secure future for doing this. Like you're going to get money. No, I did not gain any kind of material or tangible benefit or sense of security from doing these things. If anything, they were a net risk. They were a net negative for me, but I did it anyway because I decided consciously I love doing this enough where I'm going to put myself out in that limb just to fucking do it.
Yo, I got to pee real bad.
All right, let's take a break. All right, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
We're back. Oh, I was supposed to say, so I was still atheist until one day, I was a pothead. I smoked a lot of pot all day, every day, and I couldn't find any weed to buy.
So to reiterate, what triggered your spiritual awakening was a marijuana high.
No. I was at the studio, and someone was like, I don't have any weed, but I have shrooms to sell. I'm like, I've never done shrooms. I never had any interest in doing shrooms. It seemed scary to me, if anything. But like, I was a pothead, and like, I'm thinking it's gonna be like smoking a whole bunch of weed or something. Uh, so I buy the shrooms. I bought an eighth, and I eat a little piece, and I'm impatient, and I'm like, it's not doing anything, and I'm gonna eat some more, and I'm like, this is bullshit. I just got sold a bunch of bullshit. Like I ate them all, and then I started feeling like my blood sugar was going low, and I'm like, I need some orange juice for real. Shit, I ran around the corner to the store, bought like a fucking gallon of orange juice, and I was just chugging the orange juice. And like some people don't know, like with the psychedelics, at least like with like LSD and stuff, vitamin C actually like makes it kick in harder and faster. So I was like guzzling this orange juice, and I checked my blood sugar, and it wasn't going low at all. And I'm like, what? And I started losing it. I lost everything that day. Like all of my ideas and everything. I had just watched Zeitgeist and like the whole history of like religion and how it was made up, like and then the banks and so I'm on like super like anti-government, like anti-religion and shit in my fucking egotistical state, and this fucking destroys everything I thought was myself. I'm like 20 or something. I ate this eighth of mushrooms, and I'm in the studio, and I'm like a baby now sitting in the corner, like I don't know shit. And like it destroyed me so hard and so quick. I got to that like blissful part where there was complete like egolessness, complete like no limitations, one with the universe, one with God. It was like a real God experience.
Can I ask you something? You remember when I've been in those places with you sometimes too, right? Like when we tripped out, like had some fucked up, some weird nights.
I remember ecstasy.
What about the shrooms one in Pennsylvania?
What?
At Dave's cousin's cabin in Pennsylvania.
We went to a cabin in Pennsylvania.
Were you not there with Alex Salinger and Steve Marshall?
Was I? What?
You weren't there?
What year was this?
I don't remember. It was but it was like I think it was one of the first times I did shrooms.
I might have not been there.
Oh, it was great. It was.
But also, I don't remember a lot of things where I'm like, how did I not remember this?
Kana was there. Fucking. Yeah, it was nice. Little Matt was there. Roman was there. And we just ate some fucking shrooms, and we got like really fucked up in the woods. And Dave's whole family was there.
Definitely not there.
It was mad awkward because Dave's family was there. And
I've never done shrooms recreationally, so I've never like, woo, we're at a party, let's eat some shrooms and like woo and hang out like for shrooms. After that first experience, that was like wow wow wow.
No,
like,
but Bren,
like,
but Bren, you gotta.
After that, I'm like, that's what they're not like. You don't just fuck with these things. Like for me, it was like I'm gonna eat this and like I'm
but you don't understand.
Holy shit, this is gonna suck, but I think it needs to happen.
You don't understand. Like we got lucky. We got lucky because think about it. We were in the woods, like miles away from like towns, and like we were just by a cabin. There was a huge fire. It was like music playing. Like it was a great place and a time to do it. Like there was no better time and place to do it. Think about it. And like
I've also never done anything else while like I've never like drinking or doing anything like other drugs while I was on the shrooms.
Oh, I love doing shit on shrooms. Like I love like because you have a beer and
shrooms like dissolves everything else in reality. For me, it was like a spiritual awakening, and then like other times after that, it was like a spiritual awakening. But I didn't do it that often.
No, never.
Maybe.
I mean, look, I've had
like 5 or 6 times.
I've had fucked up trips. Like, I mean, they were always good fucked up. Like, I never had like a quote unquote bad trip, but I've gotten fucked up on psychedelics.
We call that an introspective nightmare.
Well, I never had
It's not a bad trip.
I mean, I've been really twisted on psychedelics, but I never had like an introspective nightmare. I've always had like blissful introspections. I've always had like things that I thought were terrible in my waking life, but then like I would trip out and think about it. I was like, this is actually great. It's not terrible at all. That's just the way it always works for me. But I will say though, like, I mean, there was a time when like I was on acid. I took 2 tabs of some really strong shit. And I was with like Zuka and Roman and Zuka's boyfriend at the time, and we had a group of us. But we were in the city, and like we did it together. But we freaked out so hard we separated, and I ended up like just with Roman wandering off. And I told Roman off. I was like, get the fuck away from me. And I was alone, and just like tripping sack, and I just got flooded with images of like Egyptian architecture. but it was futuristic, right? And I started like screaming in public. Like I was alone at this point in Manhattan, like by the World Trade Center. I was like screaming. I was like, it was dead of night on Halloween, no less. And I was basically like, everything's a simulation. They now that they know that I know, they're gonna come and they're gonna kill me. They're gonna liquidate me. And I saw a bunch of cops at the World Trade Center, like standing at the building. I go up to them and I start.
Yeah, the Secret Service just found you. And
No. I did. It's worse than it's way stupider than that. They were just chilling. They were regular cops, right? I go there and I was tripping. I was peaking at this point. I go up to them and I was going on like a rant, you know, just to no one. But then people were gathering around me and like.
Hopefully they just think you're a crazy bum. And
that's exactly how I looked, but I didn't look like. But I wasn't dressed like that. I was dressed like a young 20-something-year-old kid in Manhattan. But like, I go up to these cops, I start threatening them. I start
With
talking
what?
shit, and then like when I started going aggro, like I made like an angry face and started like cursing at them. Like one guy reached for his gun, and I just got on my knees and started crying out like, "Please don't kill me!" And then I told them like I'm on LSD, and then immediately the guy relaxed, like, "Oh, you're on drugs?" And I was like, "Yes." And then it's like, what drugs did you take? And I was like, I took LSD, and I know everything is a simulation, and I know they're gonna come, and I know they're gonna kill me. So it is what it is. Like, you guys do what you have to do. And then what they did is they zip tied my hands and feet, and they put me in the back of the SUV until like the paramedics came. And like one
It
came.
seems horrible to zip
Listen,
tied.
listen. I know it sounds horrible, but you know why I'm so proud of myself? Because I was fucked up on acid, but didn't freak out. Like I was very calm throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
You know why? Wait. Listen, let me finish.
You said you didn't freak out. But before that, you just told me that you went in front of cops, threatened them, and then got on your knees and cried to them.
No, I didn't cry. I said I cried out. I was like, please don't kill me.
You begged for mercy.
Yeah.
And then got zip tied and thrown in. I think you freaked out.
No, I didn't freak out in the car. I didn't freak out in the cop car. That's why I'm proud of myself.
Oh,
you know why? Because in my head, I really thought I was gonna die. I really thought that I figured out something that I shouldn't have. And then
these cops can't protect me. The agents from the Matrix are coming right now.
I swear to God, it was like literally like insectoids or reptilians or something.
They're just gonna go and turn into the agents themselves and be like,
no, my immediate my thought was like, I'm going to be liquidated. That's just what kept going on in my head. It's like, I'm going to be liquefied, you know, because like I know something I shouldn't now. And then like when the cop came to the window, like lights were blaring on me, I was like, before you kill me, can I just talk to my girlfriend one last time? And I want to meet the president. You know, like those were my two requests. And they were just laughing at me. But then the paramedics came, and like there were two of them, and one of them like,
how old were you?
This was like in 2014, 15 maybe.
So
I don't know, like think of it. I'm 32 now, so 2014, that's like 10 years ago. I was like 20. I was 22. Yeah, 22. So anyway, yeah, I was like 22 years old probably around then. Yeah, I was the paramedics showed up and there was two of them, and one of them like seemed like angelic, but then the other one that I was in the back with seemed like had this like demonic look, and I was probably hallucinating, but it's like his eyes were like vibrating and glossing over and turning like phasing in and out into some weird demonic shit. I mean, the other guy was mad chill. He had like just good like.
It's either you were actually seeing reality and energies,
or it's hallucinating.
That's all hallucination and just bullshit. You know, we don't know.
Probably somewhere in between, maybe. I don't know. Like, who knows?
Like when when like people like I'm an empath and I sense some negative.
No,
energy.
I was.
I'm like, that's I was
on
delusions.
I was on LSD, bro.
Yeah.
Like I know that first and foremost. So that's why that did not lead to a spiritual awakening at all. That's not what did it. What did do it was winning. Remember that winning that first fucking tournament, like first place in that tournament, and then like watching the news and then like being told like David Grush comes out like before Congress and is like, oh yeah, by the way, aliens are real. Like the government's been in on it for a very long time. I mean, it's not that I can prove it because they'll kill me if I could prove it probably, but there's overwhelming evidence that this is the case.
I don't know if I'd consider that like a spiritual awakening. It could be epiphany.
No. Listen.
Like,
no. What that led to? What that?
Like
Listen. Let me finish. All right. What that led to was me freaking out and then asking, oh shit, you know, because it wasn't just the alien thing. It could be anything. It could be aliens. It could be demonic. It could be spiritual in nature. It could be something. And spiritual and alien shit, extraterrestrial at this point is like not even. There's really no distinction anymore for me. You know, it's like interdimensional could just as much be spiritual or like alien or higher dimensional, whatever you want to fucking call
Yeah,
it.
the word spiritual is kind of redundant. After
Exactly.
A while.
It just explains like a metaphysical thing or like just something of an alternate dimensional space
It
or
hasn't
dimension
been
existence.
called science yet, so
Whatever it is.
we just call it
anyway, what if that was the case? That's what freaked me out. And then like obviously what does any normal person do when you're like, what do I do when I feel like you know, like the fabric of reality is working to enslave and work against me? And then the obvious answer always comes up. It's raise your consciousness, raise your consciousness, raise your consciousness. And then I'm like, okay, what does that mean? What the fuck is raising your consciousness? And then that's what led me on to like this consideration, because I thought about the question, like, how do I raise my consciousness? And then it's basically there was all this like mumbo jumbo, but it's like stuff I already read. But I like once I reread it in a different context, I was like, oh, you are the universe. You are a focal point of the universe experiencing itself. And then you start like it leads to like a cascade, like a domino effect of realizations. You're like, well, if I'm the universe, then is the universe conscious? It's like, oh yeah, of course. And what? Oh, that's God.
Yeah, but a
you know,
lot,
you're
of,
like,
a
oh,
lot
shit.
of theists will call that like ego. That you are saying you're one with God when you should be lower. You should be a creation of God, which isn't God itself. And they say like that New Age spiritualism is very.
You know what I think?
demonic
I
and
think God is
egotistical.
I think God is an ocean, and I'm just one water drop, if that, like one water molecule. You know, compared to the ocean that is God, probably more vast than an ocean. But you know what I mean? Like I know my place. Even if I couldn't be of the essence of God, that doesn't mean I'm any less insignificant. You know, I could just as much be a water droplet from the like the Pacific Ocean. Like I'm not.
So I was an atheist after the shroom trips.
Yeah. Because you realize, you know, it's all connected in some way, you know, and the shrooms show you that. They do show you that.
But then like, you know what I hate about the Hare Krishnas, man? They prey on that shit. Some like 16-year-old drops acid, has some crazy like mind-blowing experience, and he's like, there's more to life. And the Hare Krishnas is like, we know. And they like, you join the Hare Krishnas.
Yeah.
You shave your head, become a monk, you prance around Manhattan, you take money from people, sell books for them, live in their temple, wake up at 4 a.m, chant, do whatever they tell you to. And it's like, I think some people just had a crazy trip and joined the Hare Krishnas.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like a cult.
Well,
sometimes I think about joining every once in a while.
Dude, here's the thing about cults, okay?
Like they do renounce all material things.
The thing about cults,
like you can go right now to Brooklyn or Manhattan and
nationalism
join the Hare
is
Krishnas.
culty, capitalism is culty, towns are culty, families are culty, social circles are culty, cultures are culty, music scenes are culty, martial arts.
Everything's a cult.
Yes. And if you don't live in a cult, you're living on some fringe and you're some lonely ass person.
Yeah.
So
You're
it's like
you have to be in some kind of cult.
yes. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Everything's a fucking cult.
Yep. Everything's a fucking cult. Everything has its like leader at the top of the hierarchy. Everything has its own set of customs and traditions. Yes, everything is a fucking cult, and you need cults to survive. That's what that tells us.
So who made up the phrase cult and just like that's a cult? It's like
Because you know what?
isn't
No,
everything.
Brett, you know what it is? It's because some cults are more cult than others.
They're like a certain religious cult, and it's like wait, what do you mean religious? Don't even say cult. Some religious group did a thing.
It's a culture.
Some like new religious group did
It's
a
a
thing.
culture,
already,
man.
But like we have accepted cults. Like Christianity is a fucking cult. That's all it is. And you know, we made cult into a bad word.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing to be in a cult.
It's not a bad thing. Everyone's
it's like,
in a cult.
I'm in a group. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
I'm in a group that believes
there's
has certain traditions and beliefs, and I enjoy this community. I have similar interests.
I'm a part of this cult.
Yeah, if I'm in a fucking cult, I'm a Christian. I go to this place every week, every day.
Or it's like I enjoy
talk
this.
to these
I
people
enjoy
who have
this
similar
movie.
beliefs.
I enjoy this movie that 7 out of 10 people in the world hate, but for the 3 out of 10 of us, we absolutely fucking love it. So we're a cult, you know, because we love this one movie, you know, that most people hate. That makes you a cult.
Or a cult classic.
Yeah.
Cult's not a bad thing.
No, it's not.
Everything's a cult.
Now the question is, how cult is your cult? You know, like how culty is your cult?
Well, that's just personal discernment, which like it's hard. You can't really teach that too much. Like you just have to experience life, and hopefully you didn't die by the time you can discern. Like I shouldn't trust this fucking person, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's all like life is. You do stupid shit, and you're just like at first you listen to mom and dad, and then you have your own ideas, and you have to like You know, some people go out and do a bunch of drugs and they live. Some people go out and do a bunch of drugs, meet the wrong person, say the wrong thing, don't really know how to analyze the situation and get like raped or hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and
raped or hurt. Nice, Brendan.
We need these like we have these stories, and it's like that's kind of like a probability, but it's also like it's kind of up to the individual on like okay,
discernment.
I should get myself out of here.
Discernment was the key word for all of you taking notes who listen to this podcast diligently. What? Discernment?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, discernment only comes when
like
you
shouldn't blame the victim because they weren't able to discern. Like some people have never been in a certain situation and they trusted the wrong person.
No, but
sudden,
shit! But you know what?
You should have been more street smart.
But no,
you just didn't.
No, victim blaming is a good. It can be a good tool. It can be a good tool to like poke at someone else.
It's damaging.
Yeah, but if victim blaming only works on people who did the same kind of damaging themselves. You know, like it's victim blaming only really works on like people who, you know, like
when I was in Denton, Texas, like, you know, I do stupid shit and I get involved with stupid people, dangerous people a lot.
Yeah.
Get into cars with people I don't barely know. I've done a lot of crazy things and been in houses and places where I like eventually like maybe I went too far and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Holy shit, what have I gotten myself into?
I'm just saying like,
but like I had experience building up to that to where I can be like, okay, well, this guy's gonna do this to me if I stay here. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like he's gonna like drug me and try to like rape me.
No.
Like I've been in rape situations, things like that.
What victim
and
blaming?
I've got myself out, but I was like I've met like Christian girls who like in Denton, Texas, like they turned 21 and their parents like started letting them out of the house. And they were just brought up Christian church girls. And like I see them hanging out with like these thug, like people I know are like into bad shit. And I'm like, and they're just like, hey, this is a nice guy. And I'm like, you don't know how to judge people because you've never been exposed to certain.
Yeah, okay.
So, and like if something bad happens to them, they're a victim. They don't know. They've been living at home with mom and dad for this long and they haven't been in a lot of these situations and they just trust somebody automatically, and
yeah, but what do you think?
All of a sudden, they're
Brendan,
in some place where
let
they
me ask you
shouldn't
something.
be.
What the fuck do you think is going to teach them?
Yeah, but that's a dramatic situation.
I'm asking you.
It's
what
not
the
a build up.
I'm not. That's not what you assumed. Something. I'm
and
just.
then in
I
order for
asked
somebody
you,
to tell
no,
you,
no.
has
Like
to
you got to
have
answer
those
the question for
experiences.
before you go that far. You got to answer the question. What do you think is going to actually like teach them?
It might not. It might kill them.
What do you think is going to actually teach them though?
Nothing. It's like just a
there you
fucking
go.
Probability.
Exactly. So you know that there's no solution. You stated a problem where you don't even know of a solution, right?
It's depressing.
I mean, there's clearly a solution. The solution is there's plenty of solutions. For one, you could arm these girls, give these girls guns. These girls should have guns. These girls should be armed. If they're 21 years old in Texas, there's no reason they should not be fucking armed. That's mistake number one. Mistake number two.
They got God on their side. They're fine.
God wants his children to have guns.
But I'm saying that they're sent out after not really being exposed to a lot, maybe even being homeschooled.
Well, if they had guns, they could handle a lot. They could handle themselves a lot better.
I don't think a gun helps.
Are you serious? Would you rather mug a girl with a gun or without a gun?
I don't think a gun will help.
I mean, if you were mugging a chick,
you don't know when to think about using that gun, and using a gun is a really fucking serious decision.
Not in Texas.
It's not the fucking Wild West in Texas, man.
It's Texas.
You don't like. I lived there
in Texas. You can knock on your neighbor's door and be like, "Can I get a gun?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, brother, I got a spare gun.
Really like
I got a spare gun."
I barely knew anyone with a gun. I knew one person with a gun. They were from Chicago.
Yeah, you knew mostly degenerates in Texas.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just judging my life. No, I didn't.
No.
No.
Didn't you live in like a trailer area?
A trailer is not a bad thing.
No.
Trailers are better than this fucking apartment.
Really?
Yeah, a double wide trailer is like 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms. It's like a fucking house, but you could move it if you wanted to. You could get trucks and go and fucking move the whole thing to another plot of land. That's all it is. It's a big ass fucking house you can fucking pick up and.
Then why did you leave it?
It's better than our shit apartments we have in New York City.
Then why did you leave it?
Well, I ended up. I was in a halfway house before I moved in there, and I don't know if it was because the guy before me in that room just bought a mattress off of some neighbor, or it's because I lived in this shitty place and we had bed bugs.
Oh no.
And bed bugs, I guess I would wish it on my worst enemy.
So why
but,
did they
like,
just move to a different trailer without bed bugs? Bed bugs.
They own
Bed
the
bugs.
trailer.
What? Wait, what?
Because you own the trailer.
Oh.
If you own a trailer, now you just have to put it somewhere and pay lot rent. You don't have to pay for the trailer. It's yours. You own
So
that
you
house,
owned
that
the
house.
so you owned the trailer.
I didn't own the trailer. No, I don't
just
own
rented
shit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just renting from the person who owned it.
So why didn't you just rent a new one, like a different one?
I don't know. I was just in a situation for a while.
Okay.
But like, no, I wanted to come back to New York anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What if we could have a trailer?
I was in Texas for 7 years.
What if we could have a trailer park in New York?
I'm not really obsessed with living in a fucking trailer.
I mean, that would be
I'd
sick.
rather live in an apartment right now, but like I'm saying, it's not any worse.
Wouldn't a trailer park in New York be sick?
There are trailer parks in New York. There's trailer parks everywhere. There's trailer parks on this island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the trailer park in the
I
island?
forgot. Somewhere on the boondocks. We have
Staten
boondocks.
Island?
Yeah. Every fucking where has trailer parks.
Let's go
You
to.
can live in a trailer and just park it wherever. You can just find a trailer park in whatever state and be like, I want to live in that state now, and just fucking wheel your trailer there and all your shit's still in your house. You just have a house that you can move.
You like that? You like the nomadic lifestyle?
No, I don't give a shit about it.
You don't give a shit?
No, I just was living in one. Just so happened to.
I mean, would you prefer to live in some apartment in a city like New York, or would you prefer to like have like a truck and a trailer?
Like in Texas?
No, anywhere. Like, well, if you live in a trailer and a truck, then you can live anywhere, right? You just,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess I'd rather have a. I don't know how to drive a truck.
Maybe that should be your goal.
To get a license.
Yeah, get a license in a trailer and a
feel
truck.
like that would enhance my life that much. Like,
Yeah, you could travel wherever you want and play guitar for money. All you need to do is pay for gas and pay for food.
You have to pay for gas
And yeah,
and
well,
insurance.
I mean, do you really need insurance?
Well, it's illegal to not have it.
Yeah. Well,
You don't have insurance.
well, I mean, you could
You're just living on the hoping no. It's not even up to you. Like, I'm a good driver. Yeah, and everyone else isn't. So the odds are really fucking against you. I don't care. Like, on defensive, what you can do some speed racer shit and like right in the nick of time stop. We've seen accidents. We've seen one, before the last podcast. It was hilarious, but it fucking happens.
Yo, what if we did
And
the
you have insurance, and all of a
what
sudden
if-
the cops are here.
What
and you're
if
fucked.
we did the podcast on the road, like in the trailer? We just traveled all across America with the podcast. I'll take my cat, take our bikes, and then we'll just go across America.
Yes, the 16 people that are gonna watch this are gonna support
Dude,
us on the road.
Yo, dude. Last time when we were originally doing the episodes, like around like last year, like we only had like 50, 40 something subscribers. Now we're up to 70. Ooh. But it's weird that new people.
That's almost double.
It's weird that new people are subscribing though. It's like it's weird. Like
That's weird.
I wouldn't have expected it. Like I wouldn't have expected people to give a shit. But I think it's like once we started touching on like metaphysics and started talking about how like patterns run our reality and all that stuff, which is true. I sincerely do believe that. For example, like when you think of what a pattern is fundamentally, not like an example of a pattern, like don't tell me like, oh, this is a pattern or like night and day is a pattern. No, I'm talking about like, what do all patterns have in common? Like that kind of shit.
The same thing reoccurring over and over.
Yeah, but varying degrees of complexity. So there has to be variations involved, right? Varying factors, varying representations that affect your senses. It doesn't even have to affect your senses at all. It could all be conceptual. It could be mental patterns, thought patterns, emotional patterns,
That affects your senses.
But patterns exist and they supersede us. Patterns are bigger than us. Patterns are bigger than our minds. Patterns govern us, if anything.
Makes me think of the song Patterns by Simon and Garfunkel.
I mean, think about it this way, right? Like night and day is a pattern, right? And that's a pattern that we're all slave to. Like this.
Can you play music on this podcast?
What do you mean?
I mean, like if I wanted you to look up a song.
No, we might get copyright hits. I don't want to do that. I don't
From
want.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah. You know what I do? I do incorporate music though, but like when I do an episode with one friend who also like does music with me, and like we'll do like a quick little music collab vid, and I'll use that as the intro. I was actually gonna ask you, would you want to record something?
Yeah.
Cool. You could do that. Yeah. But you gotta you don't have to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you be able to hear yourself like everything you sing and play. So you're gonna be able to you don't have to sing that loud, but you'll be able to know how you sound in the recording as you sing.
Yeah, like really crisp.
Crippled.
Crip.
All right.
This episode is sponsored by the Crips.
Now we're gonna talk about Brendan's explorations into rub and tugs.
I've only been to a rub and tug twice.
Okay, how was it? Was it a good experience?
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. What was the best part about it, you would say? Was it the simplicity? Was it the
it was the simplicity.
Did you have to give your name to them or anything? Like, did you have to
No.
give your information, show ID? No.
No.
They just really chill about it.
Never been to a rub and tug. Okay, so we usually walk in. It's dark. It's really dark. They usually buzz you in. They probably have a camera. Like, who the fuck is this?
Do they sell snacks or
You
anything?
don't see much of anything. It's just a really dark hallway in a room, and some chick greets you at the door, and it's like, okay, you go. Okay, take off your clothes. I'll be back.
Wait, what?
Take off your clothes. I'll be back. And you just get ready.
Oh, okay.
You just take off your clothes. You sit on a table, and they come back and they ask for money, and you pull out your money, and they're like, no, this much. I'm like, okay. I do this. Okay, yeah. And you give them the money, and
do they try to hustle you, really like sell you?
Yeah, you should always don't if you don't want to spend more than a certain amount, don't show that you have more than a certain amount. But
so just don't show them money.
Just enough.
Okay, just enough. All right. They're like gypsies.
So if they can get more from you, why wouldn't they get more from you?
You're right.
They're
like hand job fairies. They're like, give me your money.
They usually charge like $1.20 for something. They're gonna be like, oh, you have more? I do this, I do that, more.
What does that entail? Do this and do that. They're like,
I'm not good at being pushy. That's my problem. Like, okay, but I should be like, no, this much. They'd be like, okay, probably that's probably what would happen.
But you want them to like you?
No, I
mean, if they don't like you,
I feel weird for being there in
first
the first place.
If they don't, and if they don't I'm
being a dumbass anyway, might as well be more of a fucking dumbass.
And if they don't like you, then that's an even worse experience. So you might as well be polite, right? You might as well build good rapport.
Well, I guess, yeah, you don't want an angry hand job.
And they're doing you a solid.
Fuck you, I asked for more 20. I guess maybe that might be a part of it.
Better to give them a little extra, I guess, if anything. They're polishing your pole.
But there's the massage sucks.
Really?
It's just
that's disappointing to hear.
Decided to give a massage. I'm like, yes, I'm just pressing on parts of your body that I feel muscles and it's just doing anything. That's what
if you paid them extra money? You think they give a better massage?
No, they're not licensed masseuses.
Oh, they're not RNS.
No, they barely speak English. They came here, I don't know, and
they were probably trafficked here.
I hope not. They probably conned to come here in some way.
I mean, what I do know,
or they agreed to I'm gonna do this. A lot of I've heard stories. A lot of it is you come here, you do this job for this many years, and you have your green card, and you get into the country.
Well, that's pretty chill. Well, what I do know is that it's easy fucking money. It's straight up cash, right? You don't need to deal with any health inspection for food or drinks or like hospitality services or anything like
It's
that.
wild that things because you just like small little places you wouldn't expect, and that you just like if you're not thinking about that kind of shit, you just pass it by. You don't think anything of it, like nail salon, parlor, and it's like small little like what
are these
doing?
places like
and nobody looks into these.
are these places busy?
Nobody
Like
looks at them.
are these places busy usually or like do they have like
They're open,
do they have
so
like
they're getting clientele.
so I'm saying like what
day.
happens when there's like too many customers and not enough service people?
I don't think there's too. I don't think they have a too many customer problem. I don't think it's not like McDonald's.
Really?
Yeah, like no, they get by.
Oh, so it's like a barely run like a rickety old fucking like no one comes by kind of thing. It's like they're
It's
great.
like hidden in plain sight. It has a magical like.
No, what I'm
filter.
asking is like then how do
you
they,
don't see these places?
how do they stay in business? Is what I'm asking. Is it like psychic readings?
People go to them and do that.
But then why isn't it busy then? Like if they go to it and
I've
they,
never seen another human being
what?
other than the one single female, like in the place. I don't.
So
think
when you walk in, it's never like you hear like in the other rooms.
You get greeted at the door by someone. They bring you into a room.
So you never hear like
and a lot of times
you never
go
hear
to
like
the back.
other,
You don't
never
even,
hear
you don't
other
even
ladies.
go back out the front. You just go. It's like a walk through it.
So you never hear like when you're walking through the halls, like you don't hear like other people fucking and like other people like
Nope.
in a cowboy movie or some shit.
No, it's
No?
really quiet. It's
What?
like you're alone with this one person.
Really?
Yeah. From my short experience so far, yeah.
There's never been other people there?
It's only like one chick at the door. Like, okay, you come in here.
I mean, because
You
it's
get
not.
ready, I'll be right
It's
back.
not like that porn shop place, like because you said
Look,
that.
the thing I'm thinking about, the thing I thought about most is I looked around for cameras. Like, I'm like, there should be cameras, right? And like, when I was alone, looked around. It's a
Yo,
smart
but
thing to get a grasp on your fucking area. Like just like a soldier would be.
oh,
like,
so you were like,
left corner, this corner. Okay,
so
clear.
you were sketched out.
Everywhere I go, I'm sketched out.
Okay, so like, what about
I have
that?
to be taking a piss in the bathroom.
Remember,
like, where's the fucking
remember,
camera?
remember when you told me you went to that porn shop place, like in the second.
Look, I could be in fear and sketched out and still go into a place. I'm like, this is ridiculous. But I have an excitement about that. I have an excitement. That's one of my problems. I have an excitement about doing shit. I know I'm not stupid. I'm not street smart.
No, you're an adrenaline.
But
junkie.
so I'm like, I'm gonna go into a dangerous, like risky, just to say I did, and just go into these situations and do these things.
I'm
It's
going to the rub and
It's
tug.
a part of my problem, Like I'm like, oh, that sounds horrible. How do I do it? Like it's something like I don't know.
Brendan, you know what I think your problem is? I think your problem is you're a 19th century man trapped in the 21st century.
I don't know what that's supposed to fucking mean.
I don't know.
You don't know why
But anyway,
say it.
but remember that time you went to the second story of the porn shop where they supposedly had a glory
No,
hole?
I never went to the second story. They have glory holes, but it's mostly like gay dudes.
So did you
fiddling
check it
with
out? Did you
wieners.
see it?
No.
But that's usually crowded and occupied, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to be up there. They had some swinger stuff or something going on out there. I'm not interested in that at all either. Look, if you're desperate enough to be in a second story of a porn store with glory holes, that means the rest of your life and your relationships probably aren't going that great. Maybe you have a good relationship. You have like a thrill for these kind of like sordid places.
Let me
give
you the rundown. The real deal is you have rich people who live in Tote Hill, and they're into this weird shit. And they have the space, they have the rooms, they have the yard, the backyard. It's kind of enclosed. It's, if anything, it's up on the hill, so no one could look down into it. It's like they have the highest vantage point, so they could do all sorts of weird shit, and nobody would see unless you're in a fucking helicopter. And they would call in like their weird friends who play for like the Mets, who've been in like Netflix movies and all this shit, and they would all have them over, and they would all do this weird swinger sex shit. And that's tame. That's like the non-satanic version. That's just like tame, weird, rich, older people, like who are just bored in their marriages. But they make a culture out of it, and guess what? It functions like a cult. Like they have
Everything's a fucking cult.
yeah, they have their own secret chain texts and their chain and their codes and all this stuff. Like
You go to the same bar too many fucking times and make friends there. You realize you're in a new fucking
it's like they
cult.
give you it's like you buy 2 beers and they give you 2
Where
figurines.
Everybody knows your name.
Listen, they give you 2 beers. Oh,
Glad you came.
What?
so you buy 2 beers and they give you 2 figurines and you're like at first, what the fuck are these? But then afterwards you're like, oh, these are the buybacks. You know, it's like you're part of their cult now. Their little fucking gay little bar culture.
I actually would like to try the rave culture. Let's see.
Rave? You want to go to a rave? I don't think your body can handle a rave, dude. I think you might pass out and die from like low blood sugar because there's a lot of like movement, sweating, dancing, and drinking and drugging and a lot of shit. It's like it's very taxing on the body.
I see like old people.
Yeah, but they're probably like healthy, rave-ready, conditioned old people.
That's really, really rude.
What do you mean? You fucked yourself up for years and years and years on like intense partying and like intense hardcore.
I didn't intense party. I was a pothead for a lot of the time, or I didn't do much.
You did a lot of other stuff.
Diabetes, yes, doesn't help. Diabetes makes everything a lot fucking harder.
And you drink a lot. And you drank since you were a very young age. And there's also the tobacco nicotine thing. And there's also you like sugar. Well, you need sugary substances.
So you're saying people that go to raves are just really fucking healthy people? I don't think
no,
so.
No. I'm saying all the young people who go to raves are all at a baseline, right? Because they're all young. You know, everyone's a teen. Everyone's in their young 20s. But older ravers get weeded out very, very quickly over the years, like very quickly. So it's like this. There's a reason why elder ravers are so rare and far between. You know, like there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a numbers thing, really. It's not even like anything else. Fuck. Yeah, you gotta be wary of getting into new cults because that requires energy. It's all energy, man. It's all circulation of your chi, of your energy, everything from money to socializing to love to exercise to making art. It's all just circulation of chi, your energy, intent. I mean, people seem to have a hard time like actually conceptualizing what chi is and like what it's supposed to be. And like a good example is, have you ever seen like Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
You remember like when he started seeing like the water spears coming out of people's chests and he was able to like
see where they're about to move and go.
Yeah, he was like reading their destiny, their fate line, their intention line, which
that movie still makes no fucking sense to me.
But it kind of does though. That's the weird part about it. It makes no sense, but on a visceral level it does.
Okay, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
You have a rough idea of what's going on.
Yeah. They kind of get it. But I do believe that chi is like intent, like attention energy, like focus energy. It's like what you plan to do, what you want to do, what you're going to do. That's your chi. And if you disrupt another person's chi, you disrupt another person's going, you disrupt their whole life. You disrupt everything. You collapse their whole shit. Riveting stuff, no?
I forgot to eat.
What?
I forgot to eat.
Food?
Yeah.
What, you're hungry?
I have that pack of ramen.
Yeah, we could eat your ramen.
You're gonna eat my ramen too?
No. I'm good on ramen.
Oh, you're on keto.
I'm mostly keto. Yeah, I am keto. I'd say I'm keto. I mean, I know I'm keto now because I tried breaking keto for like 1 or 2 days and my body did not like it. It was a very, very dark, hard process like to get back on track. And it was only like a couple of days long and like I never want to do that again.
I like my spicy ramen.
Yeah, I mean, being diabetic is tough. Here's the thing, like money is a lot like storing fat, right? Because what is fat? Fat is storing energy. And what is money? Like to save up money is to store expended energy. It's proof of work. That's basically economic fat that you store away so that you could use or help you survive through the winter. That's what money is supposed to be. Now, like in a biological sense, what does it mean when your body can't store fat effectively? Like when your body is ultimately expending way more energy than it gets to actually store and use for when it needs it. Like that means you're like diabetic, right? Like that means you have a severe problem. That
Well,
is
that means your pancreas isn't producing the insulin needed to break down the sugars and carbs into convertible energy.
yes.
So it stays in your bloodstream and it also crystallizes. And when it goes through your bloodstream and your veins and it's crystallizing, it starts cutting through really like just abrasively, slowly scratching through your internal organs.
It's just junk running around with
Yeah, and it's not being broken down and it starts damaging your body.
So here's the thing, like the dollar, the American US dollar, which is like now the standard currency of the world, basically the petrodollar, is like that. It's our economic function, like the way our economy functions, like with our money system. It's like our economy, our global economy has diabetes. Like our money is inflationary because it's backed by nothing. What does that mean? That means when our country or major powers who are connected to the Fed go into debt, they just print more money to bail them out or to distribute more money so that they can pay off and default and kick the can down the road, increasing inflation. This is why like we're gonna have $1 million bills the next 10 years, you know? What does that ultimately mean practically for the layman? That means if you have a normal job that should pay enough for you to pay rent, that means you have to get a 15% raise every single year for you to be able to survive. Does that sound reasonable to you? Like, does that sound reasonable?
Well, no, it's not supposed to be reasonable.
No, what that means is that because money isn't really backed by anything conceptually, that means they could just keep printing more whenever we're in any kind of deficit as a country, you know,
Creating more debt.
Yes, creating more inflation.
Since zeitgeist.
Because if money is worth less and less, that means we're going to have to work more and more to make more and more, because what we can buy is going to be the buying power of the dollar just keeps shrinking. $1 can no longer get you X amount of milk. $1 can no longer get you X amount of shit, you know? And that is why it's like, you know, the way your body is with diabetes, that's the way our global economy is, because of the way the dollar is. I mean, we have like certain things like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is supposed to serve as the insulin because Bitcoin is like conceptually perfect in and of itself, but that's going to take like a huge transit. It would take like a major genetic reconstructuring or some shit, like restructuring.
I think it just needs to fail. Like, a system needs to just completely, and it's gonna suck for most people. Like,
It's
we're
gonna
gonna
suck
have
for
a
you,
crash.
like people like you especially. It's gonna
Yeah,
suck.
that's one thing about diabetes that depresses me. If there's ever like a post-apocalyptic
You
thing,
can't survive
I'm
that.
like, I'll last like a day or two. Like if I got stranded on, if I read Robinson Crusoe,
Unless you stumbled upon like the nuclear codes to like the secret nuclear armament that no one else has access to, then you'll probably survive indefinitely.
I'm saying like in a Robinson Crusoe situation where I am stranded on a fucking island after a shipwreck, and I'm left to my own devices. If I was, persistent enough, yeah, I could kill something in the sea or eat something and drink something, find a way to distill the water using the sun.
Make a fire.
I would still die, even if I was fucking like if I had the capacity to be able to okay, I'm on this island. How do I make water?
There might be a way for
and figured it out. I would still die within 2 days, so it would be
might be a
pointless
way-
for me to try to survive.
There might be a way for you to make insulin though.
If I knew how to find an animal's pancreas and inject somehow with a wooden carved out thing that I made, and how am I gonna
Hope you don't
figure that
die.
shit? Yeah, I found out where how do I know where the pancreas is? I don't even know where the fucking pancreas is in any creature, let alone myself. I can't be like, that's my pancreas. I don't fucking know.
You're a modern child. You're like a child of the future. You're definitely a star child, for sure.
Yeah, I'm completely dependent on the fucking system in which I hate.
No, but you shouldn't think of it that way. You should think of it as like, first of all, everything is a system. Like nature has its own systems. We all abide by systems, whether we know it or not. A system is just another pattern, right? And we already said like patterns are everything. So yeah, Don't feel bad about the system. If anything, stop thinking about the system. What you should do is think more about what do all systems.
Well, we're social animals, so yeah, I'm dependent on the rest of humanity.
What do all systems have in common? That's what we really should answer. And every system is like, all right. First, let's ask this: what is a system? A system is like a conceptual machine that exists in your mind at first. Like a system has to start out as a thought with mental planning. It's basically saying what goes in one end of this machine and what comes out of the other. That is basically what a system is. And the point of a system is what it does. So whatever a system does is its purpose. Regardless of whether or not a person built a system saying, oh, I built a system to do this and it's meant to feed poor people, but meanwhile it keeps people enslaved. Yeah, the point of the system isn't to feed poor people. The point of the system is to keep people enslaved. The point of a system is what it does, you know? So that being said, the only way to alter systems and manipulate them to your benefit and your will, there's only one way to do it. Do you know?
Go through it and change it from within?
No. There's the only way to change systems is to create your own systems. It's the only way.
Yeah, but you have to also dismantle the old system.
There is no such, because once you dismantle the old system, you end up dismantling yourself, and you can't. The secret to life isn't about dismantling systems. It's about creating systems. It's about creating your own systems. That's the only way. That's the only proper way. Like, how do I create a better life for myself? Well, I'll create a system where I have a healthier body. Create a system where I have better thought processes. Create a system where I have better emotional states in my day. You know, where I stay away from like shitty people and stay in contact with good people. You know, like good systems. And you're in control. You get to create them. I mean, we have no choice. All of human society is run by systems. That is just a fact. That is immutable fact. Everything is run by systems. Even if you took away like modern technology, like we would still be under the influence of nature systems, of its like day and night cycles, of its.
Well, yeah, everything's a system.
Exactly. Everything's a fucking system.
Everything's a system, and everything's a cult.
And you can create your own systems, and you can create your own cults. Yes.
That's the message.
Yes, that is the message.
Listen, kids.
Yes.
Just create a new cult.
Yes. You know what this means? This means humans are a lot more capable than we give ourselves credit for. Even whether we have diabetes, whether we're Asian, whether we're black, in a white man's world.
Fuck.
Whether we're gay in a straight man's world, whether we're trans in a cis man's world. All I'm saying is you could create your own patterns, you could create your own systems, and you could create your own cults. The key is all patterns. It's all systems and patterns. Think more. Stop thinking about the system, man. We're all slaves to the system. No, the system is made up of systems.
And those systems is you.
Yes. Think about it. The system, quote unquote, the system is made up of systems. And guess what? Those systems that make up the system also are made up of systems. Like, what do all systems have in common? That's what you have to fucking think about. Input, output, input, output. That's all systems are. They are machines that people build with their minds. And it's in what goes in, which is people's labor, which is people's kids, which is people's futures, people's past, people's blackmail, whatever. What goes in and what comes out. Production, productivity, money, resources, art. You know, like pain, suffering goes in this one system and out comes art, out comes music videos, out comes grunge music, out comes emo scenester music. You know, like it's everything's a system. Everything is a process. You eat food, guess what? It goes through a system.
And then it becomes shit.
And it becomes...
That's where it ends, folks. Everything goes to the system and just becomes shit in the end.
Okay. And here I'd like to give a shout out to certain people on this platform, YouTube. I guess a lot of you are watching from YouTube. I'd like to give a shout out to a lot of the YouTube tower readers. You know, I think like tower readers are totally ridiculous, but I don't care that they're ridiculous because they offer, like, my mind screams that this is fucking stupid, this is
I
dumb.
would think they were ridiculous is if every time I got a tarot reading, I was happy about it, and most of the time I was not happy about it, and a lot of it came true. So I think there's some, personally, I think there's some validity to it.
What I think is like, reality was never objective. Reality is
And if anyone does a tarot reading, I'll do one.
reality.
Offering for free.
Reality is downstream from consciousness. And what tarot, it's like stuff like tarot, astrology, and numerology, that stuff taps into the collective subconscious. You're basically
Like
tapping.
Carl Jung.
Yeah, you're tapping into that with those tools. You know, tarot is like a tool. It allows you to put into a certain perspective where it's like creation magic. That's how I look at it anyway. The only reason why magic can work is because we realize it's not the material world that creates thoughts. It's ultimately thoughts that create the material world. And we don't like that to be true because we're more comfortable with the fact that we're all slaves to a shared material reality that we all have to adhere to the same rules to, but that's not the case. It's not
It takes
true.
a lot of the responsibility out
What do you mean?
if you just believe in fate.
Yeah, so once you deny that and you realize our realities are actually downstream from our conscious state, that puts a lot of responsibility upon your shoulders. However, if you're fit, if you're aligned in mind, body, and soul enough to sustain that load, that processing load of reality, then you understand reality is like, that's the thing. Like, it's a game, right? So you start out the game, you just like get a high level in the game and you're like, great. Or you max out your level in the game and you're like, whoa. Or you learn how to break the game and you're like, oh fuck. And because that's how you do it, if you can make yourself happy or sad at will using your own thoughts, you're already there. I mean, there's people that do make themselves happy or sad using their thoughts, but they don't do it at will. It's random.
It's not consciously.
Yeah. But there are people who can.
Oops,
Yeah.
I had an intrusive thought. Now I'm really
depressed.
fucking depressed. Yeah.
But there are people who can, at will, make themselves happy or sad using just their thoughts. And those people are considered the most powerful psychics. Because think about it. Imagine a world where everybody can make themselves happy or sad using just their thoughts. That would be a fucked up world, dude. That would be like, oops, sorry, looks like we nuked your country, right? But you could just walk it off, you know? Like, it was a prank, bro. You know, like, and then, yeah, it's like if everyone's a walking god, that's not sustainable. Like,
Well, that's the thing. Like, all of our emotional reactions are instincts. We just take it too far.
but what happens
But, like,
when
we need the instinct to not, like, fucking, if you held your hand in a fire and it just, that feels tingly, you would just do it for fun. We're
exactly.
stupid.
So if
We don't really have, like, our self-preservation instincts are based on pain. We need
Fear.
pain and fear.
Yeah.
Fear and pain. Physical pain. Like I'm not going to do this. Like, hey, look what I could do.
so maybe
I don't care
maybe-
about losing my hand
maybe-
because it fucking hurts so badly. You're like, I can't do it.
maybe awakening is actually wrong. Maybe we cannot allow all of humanity to
Maybe
be.
we're not ready for awakening. We're
No,
still
no,
like,
no, it's not about it's not
We
about
are.
it's not about being ready. It's like maybe we're never supposed to be ready. Maybe only bad things happen when we become ready. Maybe that's the point. Maybe the point is there is no point in trying to seek this out. There's no point in trying to spiritually ascend. There's no point because the only bad things happen. Imagine if every human ascended, if every human was able to reach that state, the world
wouldn't
would be
need this life.
the world would be utter chaos, first of all, because they would be like, why the fuck would I care? Second of all, it would end really, really quickly. This is why they suppress this. This is why
So I see. That's why I don't really fully like. As somebody who's really into theology, the goal of religion is to what? Escape the material world.
it's to preserve and protect the material world. They
But
are
then you still need to have an attachment to the material world,
Think about
which
this,
is
Brendan.
anti-religious.
Brendan, if you told, now that I know this,
it's either you're religious and you're renouncing the world, or you're not.
Brendan,
Like,
all I'm saying is like this, like if I know that, like if I know this much and I can understand that if everyone in the world was like this, and I already knew that would automatically lead to everyone like literally like what I said, like, oops, sorry, I nuked your country, but we could all walk it off, right? Like, yeah, that's exactly the kind of world. It would be chaos. It would be everyone would be walking gods, and everyone will be accountable as walking gods. So if it was like that, that wouldn't be any fertile grounds for this game that we got going at all. There would be no game at all. It would just be something. There wouldn't be a population of 8 billion. It would be more like a satisfied population of 10,000 tops. You know, like that's what it's supposed to be. It seems like of advanced humans, right?
I gotta pee again.
All right, we'll be right back to close it off after these messages.
Be right.
All right, as we wind down to a close on this lovely installment of the Terrorisk podcast, I want to talk about I've been suddenly inspired to talk about the Hopi Indians, the Hopi prophecy. Are they even Indians? Weren't they like South Americans or whatever? The Hopi tribe?
Well, they probably have their own name.
Do you know about it?
Hopi tribe, but
do you know about the Hopi?
they're not Americans because we made up the word American.
Do you know about the Hopi prophecy?
I don't know. No, I do not.
So apparently this tribe disappeared because they were ascended earlier than us, but they said that all of humanity would eventually split apart. There would be a number of humans who would be locked into material patterns that would ultimately destroy them, consume them. And there will be another, it's like a downward spiral and upward spiral. There's the people that will be of the upward spiral and the people of the downward spiral. It's not that one is better than the other. It's just, I guess fate kind of thing. Or it's like a frequency thing, whatever. Like the people going up also push the people down. The people pushing down also push the people up. And it's like, and apparently it's like a 5D, 3D split. That's what they call it. It sounds like Rapture.
Does that mean we're on the 3D part?
I don't know. I don't know what it means. What I do know about is like different timelines. For example, like you ever just make that one decision that if you really think about it, if you made the opposite decision, you would have ended up dead or in a completely different position in life, maybe even better.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's real shit. That's like, so let me give you something even more trippy. Do you believe that you could make contact with future Brendan, like Brendan of the future, while you're Brendan of the present?
I believe anything's possible, but why would I want to?
Because the Brendan of the future is your most powerful spiritual guide. There is no one you can trust.
Yeah, but isn't the Brendan of the future dependent on me now?
No, because there's
wouldn't it be infinite probabilities?
Listen, now you're understanding the true power of future Brendan. The future Brendan isn't just one Brendan. The future Brendan is many Brendans. So you could call upon many different Brendans to guide you.
I feel like that'd be torture.
Why?
Because you have like, oh, don't do this happened. Do this happened. Don't do this happened. Don't do this. It would be so many options that I wouldn't be able to actually live a life.
Listen, it would be close. It would be torture if you didn't have a purpose for it. If you just did it for no reason every single time. However, what you should do is if you see something you want, right? Like something significant, like I want a house. And then you like have to tap into all the future Brendans that made those decisions to get into that house.
That's a lot of fucking thinking.
No. It's not. It's not a lot of thinking. It's not. What it is, it's a lot of Brendans. Because there are a lot of Brendans.
That's a lot of thinking.
It's a lot of Brendans, though.
That's a lot of fucking thinking.
But you can do it.
No.
But yo, you don't want to make contact with these Brendans, though. They're like cool people. I made contact with my future selves. They're awesome. Fucking. They're like. I trust them more than I trust.
We would start a cult, and we would all drink the Kool-Aid together.
Well, with you and the future Brendans? I mean, I'm serious. Like, how about this? Make contact with the future Brendan who gets Wendy's tomorrow, or see what that Brendan has to say to you. You know, I guarantee you they will have more significant things to say to you than Jesus or Satan or God.
Wendy's. I'm hungry.
I'm just saying, future Brendan is like your most powerful spiritual guide ever.
I wouldn't think so.
Yes, it's your quantum guide. That's how you become a non-linear being. That's how.
If I was to go back right now and be like, "Yo, don't do this, don't do that,"
no,
my old self.
No.
My
Listen,
old self would be like,
Brendan, stop.
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
No, you automatically did something different. You automatically said change it from making contact with your future self to making contact with your past self. Making contact with your past self requires completely different protocols. When you make contact with your past self, the only thing you should be focused on is forgiveness. That's all you should be focused on with your past self. You can't be focused on anything else. Planning, though, and reality creation, that's between you and your future self. You and your past self is all about reconciliation. Like that's all it is. There's like different roles for each self. Like it's like you can do it psychically.
You'd have to visit so many future selves. And you have to find the right exact pattern.
No, you don't have to find the right exact one. What you do is you find like a group. It starts as a group. That's your vibration. And then as your vibration solidifies, that group solidifies into one Brendan. And eventually you live your years and, oh, that's the one I ended up as. And you got to let it happen.
That's probably just what happens anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But now you know how it happens. So it's like, okay, now you have a framework for it, like to visualize it.
Then what Brendan am I to be?
Exactly. That's up to you. That's up to what vibration that's what frequency you choose. Do you prefer the frequency of unchecked productivity or unchecked creativity or just desire for freedom, desire for stability, desire for safety, desire for exploration, desire for survival? It's all on you. Where you choose to direct your energy and how you choose to formulate it and manifest it. Direct it. Pretty deep stuff, huh? What? Yeah. I'm about almost done with this White Claw. So aside from all right, so usually if we were to close off with any kind of like closing message, what are some closing statements I would like to make before I leave the audience off?
It's okay to join a cult.
Is
it's just a human nature thing. And if you find like-minded people, that's good. It's good for you. Everything's a cult.
To add on to that, I think Sam Hyde is right. Like Sam Hyde, the guy, the YouTube guy or the media guy, just the artist guy. I don't fucking know what to call him, but he's right when he says that nepotism isn't bad. All that means is that people like your parents so much that they want to work with their kids. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Nepotism is probably not that bad. If anything, you want nepotism for your kids, right? I would want nepotism for my kids. So yeah, I don't think nepotism is that bad.
But have fun with it. Try to have fun with it.
I would also say try to be aligned in mind, body, and soul. That means none of those parts of yourself are at war with each other. And I'm not talking about doing the right thing or doing the wrong thing. Like, don't worry about that. Just self-alignment, mind, body, and soul. Make it so all three of those parts of yourself are not at war with each other. That's like key.
I feel like they will be a lot of the time.
Yeah, but usually most of us, when we think of what we need to be doing,
try to be nice.
No, don't. No, that's not right. Don't just try to be nice. I'm sure plenty of you.
It helps.
I'm sure plenty of you listening had just tried to be nice before, and you only got fucked over, right? You only got a big old fat dick in the mouth for it, right?
That's not being nice. That's expecting something from doing something.
First of all, there's a difference between being nice and being kind. Okay.
I like the word nice more than kind.
Because being kind carries a heavier burden, huh?
No, I just like the way it sounds. But yeah, okay. If you want to say just be kind, but you got to be nice.
Fine. You know what? I'm just a dick for even like denouncing what Brendan said. He's right. You should be kind. You should be nice. You should be nice and kind. You should be kind and nice. You're right. You're right. It's just I have a hard time with that because people, from my experience, aren't kind and nice. So it's like automatic for me to be not kind and nice. But if I had a choice, yeah,
you just become that competition that they have against you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I get that. I don't deny that. I totally agree with that.
Don't compete with anyone.
You're right.
Unless it's for sport. And then just,
I mean, sometimes
fucking Mario Kart.
Sometimes it is necessary because, for example, like let's say someone's just hurting themselves, and then you tell them stop hurting themselves. And like, who the fuck are you to tell me not to hurt myself? And then you're like, I'm better than you. It's like, how? Well, I'll beat you. Like and that you could make them stop hurting themselves. You know, you could show them what strength looks like, and when you show them display that strength, you could be like, now that I have this strength, I could also do good things with it. I could like, invest that strength into things that are good for me and good for the people that I care about.
I guess when you argue, think about whether it's going to help your situation or hurt your situation. Whether your intentions are good or not, try to think about whether it's going to hurt a situation or help a situation. A lot of times we give unsolicited advice and shit like that, and we think we know something, and that hurts the situation more.
I still think what's it called? Self-alignment. It's key. That's what we got to shoot for. That's what we got to aim for. Self-alignment. Align yourself, mind, body, and soul. I love all of you. You guys have been great. Thanks for listening, and I hope Brendan comes on more. I hope to give him some money. You guys have to help make this podcast big, so Brendan could help. It could help Brendan make a living off of just talking on this mic, and maybe he can make a decent life for himself. I mean, wouldn't you want to be able to make a living just doing this? Like, wouldn't this be a great way? Wouldn't this be a great fucking job, Brendan?
Yeah, I would have imposter syndrome the whole fucking time, though.
But I mean, if you stick with me though, if you hung out with me every single day, would you keep having imposter syndrome? No, because we would know exactly what we would do every single day. We would know. We would ride bikes. We would drink. We would smoke weed. And we'd talk about metaphysics and aliens and shit. That's all we would do. Like, we wouldn't do anything like...
I'm no capitalist, but yeah, if you want to send me money, send money.
Exactly. All right, see? Brendan agrees. Yeah, so help us. Help us sustain this. Help us sustain this pod.
Why do you keep saying sustain Brendan? That's like some homeless kid you picked up on.
Sustain me too. Fuck just Brendan.
How about me down soon?
Fuck Brendan. No. You know what? Sustain. If you sustain me, then I could sustain Brendan. Sustain me first. All right. Fuck Brendan. Sustain me. I will sustain Brendan.
Find some comfort here.